Wildcard pick'ems.
Bum, 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 bum.
YouTube, how's it going? Frogs Angels is back, and we got some playoff picks. Regular season pick'ems all done, and there's your champs. Junior, 168.
I'm here.
Viewers pick'em champion. Steelers Nation, 168. What do you have to say about the tie? What do you have to say for yourself?
Let's be honest here. Gentleman's rule. Tie goes to the runner. And in this situation, I'm the runner. Steelers
Why is
Nation.
that?
Why is that?
Yeah.
No reason. I'm just the runner.
You're just the runner?
Steelers Nation, I challenge you to a race any day. And until that
Foot
day,
race.
foot race. And until that day,
Interesting.
I'm the runner. So I win. You lose. Better luck next year.
Okay, well, after this video's done, right when it ends, Junior's press conference will play. He had a press conference about his about winning the regular season championship. A lot of questions were asked, so stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and slide this up here. As you can see, our Twitter, Frogs_Angels, link in the description. Go ahead and follow it. Subscribe button right there in the middle. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and like. That's what you're trying to signal. Okay. Yeah, click that like button, thumbs up. That'd be much, much appreciated. But let's get into the picks. First one, Colts, Texans. Good game, division rival. They just met a few weeks ago. Well, let me start it off because if you watched my score predictions video, you know who I picked already. It was a little backwards this week. Next week, this video will be first. But if you didn't watch that video, I don't know what you're doing. But so
We got to address something first.
what are you addressing? I'm picking the Texans, ladies and gentlemen.
Danny's not here.
Danny's not here. He's not here.
He's not with us today.
He'll be back next week. Danny gave us his picks. He is picking the Texans.
And I'm going to go here.
You're going to go?
I'm going to go.
Okay.
I'm taking the Colts.
The Colts.
I'm taking the Colts here. I just think that there's a couple things that come into factor here. I think that Houston's defense, specifically their pressure, is going to get slowed up by the offensive line of Indianapolis. Second of all, I'm looking at playoff experience at the quarterback position. And for this situation, that's what, like, this matchup in my head is very close.
Well, I'm sorry. Keep going.
What's so funny?
Keep going.
What's so funny?
Keep going. You're good.
What's so funny?
Nothing you did. You're good.
I'm saying this matchup is close, and that's where I'm putting the edge.
I know why he's laughing.
I know why he's laughing.
I know
but
why he's
I'm
laughing.
giving the edge. I got to give the edge. When it's that close of a matchup, I got to give the edge that way.
So it's not that close of a matchup later on. That's what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right. Anyways, this game, I think this is the toughest game to pick out of the four playoff games.
It's pretty
I think
tough.
you go either way. Honestly, I was kind of going back and forth, but I'm gonna go with the Texans.
You're
just
going to go with
'cause-
the Texans.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
what I
go.
just said. Yeah.
Making sure.
Okay. Going with them because they're the home team. It's a Riz move right there.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, but I think
Home
it's just going to
field
be a very,
advantage.
very close game. Wasn't all that impressed with the Colts on Sunday night, to be honest, even though the score looked like it was bigger than it was. But, yeah, I think just the home field advantage in the playoffs is huge, and I think that it'll help the Texans out. So I'm going to go with Texans.
All right, 3-1 Texans. The Pick'ems champ picked the Colts. Good news for the Colts fans. There's only one.
probably just one.
There's got to be multiple. Good news for the Texans fans. You got three of us. Not that it really matters. It's the team that
It doesn't
decides.
matter.
All right, next up is the Seahawks and the Cowboys. Well, everybody knows my pick already, unless you didn't watch the video. But I picked the Cowboys, so we're in the same spot up there. Home field advantage does matter. You know, the Seahawks they got the better coaching. They got Russell Wilson. But really, on top of home field advantage, the edge to me was I think the Cowboys got a better defense than Seattle. You know, a lot of Seattle young players stepped up this year. You know, big task for them in the playoffs. But I think the Cowboys' defense is better. In offense, I don't think it's surprising if either offense is better in the game. So, edge goes to the Cowboys. I think Zeke has himself a great game.
Does he eat?
He eats, yeah.
All right, put Danny. Let's get Danny's pick up here. I'm guessing he went boys.
Danny
Yeah.
did go with the boys. You went the home team here. He's just feeling the boys.
He's
I
feeling
guess.
the boys.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go Cowboys here. Again, it concerns me how much Dak turns over the ball and how many mistakes he makes. But I just think that as a unit, all around, the Cowboys are a better team. There's only so much Russell Wilson can do.
Yeah, the two offensive lines too. The Seahawks offensive line has actually been surprisingly better this year, and the Cowboys has been surprisingly maybe worse. But I still think the Cowboys offensive line's better, so that could be a factor as well.
Yeah.
What's Pete got?
Put me on the boys as well.
Put you on the boys.
Home field advantage. It's big time in this game.
Wow,
The
I'm surprised with the
Seahawks.
sweep.
The Seahawks are a different team when they're on the road. Not the same team. I think it's going to cost them here.
Wow, I'm surprised in us on the sweep. I see a lot of people out there picking the Seahawks in this one, but it'll be a squeaker.
They're getting wrapped up in the experience of Russell Wilson. When the
Yeah,
team is
and
not
Pete
that
Carroll.
good around you, when the team is not,
Well, they're good. They're good because
they're
they
not
made the playoffs.
Yeah, but they're not playing. Nobody on this team is at Russell Wilson's standard. Nobody.
I don't know. Well,
They're all
Bobby,
playing-
Bobby Wagner, but that's
Bobby
defense.
Wagner, but they're all playing better than we thought they were, but they're still not on that playoff caliber level that they have been on when they've made runs. And it's just
Okay, I see. I get you.
that's why I'm leaning this way.
All right, next game. Chargers Ravens. They played each other a few weeks ago too, and Ravens beat them in LA. Is it a repeat? Does something different happen? Well, I'll start us off again because most of you probably know my pick. I went with the Ravens. I like their defense a lot. Blitzes, the depth on the defense. It'll give Rivers some problems, but you can't really count out the Chargers with Rivers, Melvin Gordon, Keenan Allen, Hunter Henry's back. Is he going to do something?
Really?
Yeah. Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram. Basically what I'm getting at here is the Chargers have the better team, better roster, but I don't know if it matters in this one. Lamar Jackson's going to be tough to stop, but it's mainly that defense is very, very fun to watch. It's definitely a playoff defense, deep run playoff defense. But I'm not guaranteeing they win. Could lose here. It's a shame that these two teams have to play right here in the first round because they're two teams that it wouldn't surprise me if the Super Bowl happened and one of these two teams won the Super Bowl. Wouldn't surprise me really.
Is Danny going Bolts?
Danny, I hear he's going with the Bolts. Let's see if he actually did that, and he did.
Wow.
He likes Phillip.
He does like
That's all I can
himself some
say.
Phillip.
He
Yeah.
likes Phillip, and I don't know if he's a believer in Lamar Jackson yet. I think that kind of factors in it too. But he's a Phillip guy. He's a Phillip guy. So that's what he went with here. What do you guys got?
Isn't it wild that the team that has the better record is on the road here?
Yeah,
It's wild.
I
card.
can't. I don't think you can.
Oh.
I don't think you can look at the record too much for the Ravens because Joe Flacco played for
Yeah.
how many games too.
Yeah.
So what would happen if Joe Flacco was the quarterback the whole year? You
They
think
would not be here.
You don't think so?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm going to have to go here. I'm leaning Chargers.
You're going with the
I'm
Chargers.
going with the better, like you said, the better team on paper. The better team in I think just about every position. If they need him healthy, 100%, Melvin Gordon. They can't take him banged up at all. I don't know. And Hunter Henry, I mean, I'm curious to see how much he actually plays a factor in this one.
We will see. I think Joey Bosa could be a guy that can step up too. Injured most of the year. What does Pete got?
We're going to go ahead and split them. Going
Oh,
with the
split
Ravens
'em.
at home.
Ravens.
Yeah, they beat them. They took care of business in
Yeah, it didn't
Los
look
Angeles.
too difficult for them.
Yeah.
It's a different scenario
I
here.
like them at
Playoffs.
home in the playoffs. It's a big deal being at home in the playoffs. And I don't know. This happens every year. Like you always look for a team that has like a new weapon, and it's like hard to like figure out how to stop them. And like the next year, then they eventually get stopped and like slowed down. And that's what Lamar Jackson is this year. He's like the weapon that everyone's trying to figure out how to stop, and they really can't. Like the Ravens keep rushing for like 200 something yards every single game, which is ridiculous. And I think it just keeps going. I mean, eventually they might get slowed down by like a really well coached team like the Patriots or like the best team in the AFC, the Chiefs. That could be a tough game for the Ravens, but I think they take care of business here at home.
You think the Chiefs D would take care of the Ravens?
No, I'm just saying like well-coached teams could finally slow them down, or
Gotcha.
that's for the Patriots, or they just get outscored by the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes.
Gotcha.
Okay, all
Thanks for
right.
the clarification.
Okay.
Gotcha. Thank
All
you.
right, one more game before this junior press conference.
Oh God.
Eagles Bears. All right. Well,
Let me address first of all.
let me put Danny up there.
I'm going to address why you were laughing at me.
I wasn't laughing at you.
You were laughing at my take.
Danny.
Wait,
Pick
wait,
the
wait.
Bears. I already put it up there.
Yeah,
It's too
we
late.
Bears.
know. We know.
Bears.
And you can
Bears.
put mine up
That's
there.
a-
Oh, wow. He's
Bears.
going to love this. You guys do that for him. But you guys were laughing at my take because I was taking Andrew Luck out, taking his experience over Deshaun Watson. And like I said, in a matchup where it's close, that's a factor. I don't think this is as close as, they're the defending champions. They're so banged up in every position. They're so banged up. And I think they're just lucky that they made the playoffs.
Ooh.
But they're a good team with what they have. They're a good team. I do think they're at the quarterback position, they're better off, especially this year, way better off. But in terms of how banged up the secondary is, the running back position is banged up. They need help. They need help, and against a defense like this, it's going to slow them down. And Chicago needs to come out early and often.
Well,
Parkey can't hit any crossbars.
Oh boy, Parkey could screw him. Here's something else that could screw him. A little wild card nobody's really thinking about. Talked about in the score predictions a little bit. Bears seem to be out of timeouts all the time.
Oh.
Trubisky situation going on there.
Yeah.
Nagy's got to call a timeout to save a delay of game or to bring in a good play. What happens if they're in a squeaker and they need those timeouts and they're out of them? That could cost them. I don't think it costs them here. I think what would cost them in this game would be Nick Foles playing his game. I think the D-line of the Eagles playing their game. The weapons, Alshon Jeffrey getting revenge. I don't think he needs to get revenge. I think he just go out and play good, But I think the difference here, I'm worried about Trubisky in the playoffs. I was kind of worried about him during the regular season. I'm worried about him in the playoffs a little more. But I think this is a pretty perfect scenario. Not perfect, but I think this is a very good scenario for Trubisky. I think, you talk about the Bears running backs. Do they love that they got to play the Eagles? Maybe there's another team they'd rather play. The Bears defense, maybe there's another team they want to play. But for Trubisky, throwing the ball downfield, which he's kind of struggled at this year, I think there's really no other team you'd want to play. I think the Eagles secondary is thin, so I expect him to actually win this game. I'm going to pick the Bears.
Love it.
Here we go.
Pete's
Here we go.
You're not that crazy, Pete.
Get me over there.
He's not that
Let's
crazy.
do it. Let's do it.
Pete's
He's
that
doing it.
crazy, huh?
Yeah.
That's not that
The
crazy.
defending champs are
Pete
hot.
doesn't go.
Really, my reason was I think Trubisky will be able to throw downfield and have a pretty good game. If he can't do that, then they might not win the game.
You're talking about the
Defending
Alshon revenge.
champs.
This is a Trey Burton revenge.
The defense. If Trubisky if he's not on his game, the defense is going to have to play elite. They are elite, but they're going to have to play elite.
Defending champs are hot. Well-coached team that will figure out how to block Khalil Mack. They'll give Nick Foles time, and he will take care of business.
What's the official diagnosis? Is it bruised ribs?
He's fine. He's
What-
fine.
It's nothing.
Yeah, he's nothing.
They tape
nothing.
a couple aspirin to his
Nothing.
ribs, and he's
Okay.
good. You
All
just
right.
tape it right on there.
But like Riz was saying earlier, the Bears' weakness. What's the Eagles' weakness?
secondary.
Their secondary.
secondary.
Yeah.
Specifically, they're not too good tackling.
What's
in
the
their secondary.
Bears' weakness?
Bears' weakness is throwing downfield.
Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, throwing downfield. So
and turnovers, but
so
they
it
haven't
kind
really
of
showed up
balances
recently.
each other out. What's the strength of the Eagles' defense?
Defensive line,
Yeah,
run stopping to be
the run
exact.
defense. What's the strength of the Bears' offense?
Bears offense is that's actually tough. I would
Running the
say
ball,
running the
running the
ball,
ball.
but they're pretty good on the short stuff outside.
They are, yeah, but running the ball is definitely their strength. So I think kind of just not a good matchup for the Bears,
The
especially
Bears
with
score on kind of surprises, or not surprises. Well, they can. They run some tricky, but so can the Eagles. But
especially going off playoff experience too. Like Eagles are obviously the more experienced team than
Pete's
the
almost
Bears.
talking me over to the Eagles right now.
Yeah.
It's too late, but Pete's
Too late.
It's
I think
making some good
I think
points.
Peterson will have a really good game plan for this game. I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm not saying the Eagles are gonna kill them or anything like that. It's gonna be a really good game. I think.
How many points do the Eagles need to score to win?
24.
Ooh.
I have them at 24 in my score predictions, but I
I
have the
don't,
Bears
I
with
don't think it's gonna.
27, I believe.
I mean, the Eagles' defense has been stepping up. I think. I mean, I know they played the Redskins last game. Like you say, the Redskins are beat up, but they're not a terrible team at all. Defense
True.
played really well that game.
Is this the battle of the Andy Reid coaching tree?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah. I think first team to get to 10 wins, kind of talked about. I think if a team gets it, well, I shouldn't say that. If it's 10-7, I guess, then I think if a team gets up 2 scores, that team's going to win.
I was saying
I am remembering last year. I know it's last year. It means very, very, very little. But even though the Bears were a bad team, they kind of played teams close last year, right?
They had a lot of games this year that they played.
But my point
Bad
was
teams close.
when they played the Eagles last year, the Eagles just destroyed
Oh,
them.
they absolutely
I've
destroyed
been-
them. Yeah.
Means very little for right
Yeah.
now. But
I've been saying
just something I thought of.
all year, not all year, but I guess at the end of the year, the way to beat the Bears, it's tough to do. It's easier said than done. is throwing deep on them. Like the problem is
You have
like,
to throw it quick.
You
deep.
can't do it. It's hard because it takes time to throw it deep. But the Bears don't give you time really. They have a really good pass rush. But I think the Eagles will somehow scheme it up where they could protect it, and then Alshon Jeffrey's going to make them pay. That's my prediction.
They need to get creative with their blocking. The Eagles,
Eagles.
Nick Foles is one of those quarterbacks, like Pete said, has an arm. You got to give him the time. They got to get super creative because it can
Nick
come
Foles
from
did
anywhere.
throw a pick early in that
And-
Redskins game last week. So I mean, talking about the number
Yeah,
one
so
turnover
the
team, that
reason
could be the
why-
difference here.
The reason why the Bears defense plays so well is because their pass rush, that's one, and then their corners have been playing really aggressive this year, and that's what's been helping them. But if they play too aggressive and they give the Eagles a little bit too much time, it's gonna kind of hurt them on the deep ball. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay,
It's going to be a good one, folks.
it's gonna be a good one.
Is Danny going to be there?
I believe Danny's
Yeah.
gonna be there. Yeah. I
Wow.
don't see why not. It's that Soldier. I wonder if Soldier's gonna be sloppy.
No, I looked at the rain percentages, the precipitation. I think it was under 10.
Oh,
We're good.
Good.
You're good.
Low. It was like mid to low 40s, under 10% precipitation.
Good
Good.
job.
Good.
Looking at the weather.
I got the scouting report on
Jetstream
this one.
Junior.
Yep.
Did you look at the Baltimore weather?
I did not look at the
Oh, okay.
Baltimore weather.
Oh, unfortunate.
Okay.
All right, so that's gonna do it. What?
Well,
10K is our subscribe. Danny's not here, so I gotta do it. I know it's funny.
Boozer.
10K is our subscriber goal. Click that subscribe button if you haven't quite yet, and clicking the like button will be much appreciated. I don't know what's so funny. Don't turn it off yet, though. Junior's press conference
Please.
is
Please
about
tune
to
in.
happen right about now. I'm muting my mic. You guys mute your mics.
I'm muting my mic too.
Goodbye. Testing. Is it on? Hey! All right, it's on. Junior's press conference will begin shortly. I have hair. There's hair up here. I promise. I swear.
Thank you. Pipe down. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for that warm, fuzzy welcome. Thank you. As you can see here, the Trophy of Champions is in my possession. I'd like to rattle off, before we open this up to questions, I'd like to rattle off some thank yous. I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank my dad. I'd like to thank the big man upstairs who I call daily. I'd like to thank Marc Wallburg. I love you. I'd like to thank Dingalingalo, Amon, Bills Fan, Steelers Nation, all these subscribers that are constantly participating in the chat, contributing in the chat. We love you all. Dingalingalo sometimes. All right, moving on to questions.
Yeah, Riz from Frogs Angel Sports here. How does it feel to get your first title?
It feels pretty great, let me tell you. It's a nice fuzzy feeling in and around my belly, and it just feels great. It feels great. I was at the bottom for so long, and being up top is a great feeling. Love it. Next question.
I don't know. I guess I'll go. Pete from number1sports.com. After 2 last place finishes in a row, how did you do it?
Well, Pete, don't be so shy. That is a great question. Great question. Great question. Everyone, great question from that guy. Well, I like to say that I'm going to repeat, and being at the bottom for 2 years in a row, going back and being able to watch the film and to study what I did wrong with my picks, it just really all came into factor of this championship. I like to contribute it all. I like to contribute the squats in the gym, all the above. Everything here came into factor for this championship. You in the front right there.
Yeah, Seabass from Fisherman's Digest. What was your formula to success?
Well, my formula is pretty simple. I've lived this formula since the offseason started. My trainer got me on this formula, and this was oats in the morning plus film at night equals success only. Thank you.
I got a follow-up.
Yep.
Can you repeat
The question or championships?
the championship, you idiot?
Well, Seabass, that was kind of rude. But Yes, I can repeat the championship, and I will repeat the championship. Thank you.
Boof here. Did you feel challenged by others?
I'm going to say no. I kind of jumped out to a commanding lead, and I never looked back. And, I pretty much was out there. I was at a sprint while everyone else was jogging. Let's just say that. Next question. You right there.
Lil Ben from TerribleTowel.com. Thoughts on Steelers Nation winning the viewers' pick'ems?
Well, Steelers Nation, I applaud your effort. You came so close to beating me, so close.
He tied you.
He tied me?
Yeah.
I still won. I'll duke it out with you any day. See you next year. I'm the champion. I'm the one holding the hardware, buddy. I'm the one holding the hardware. Next question. You, on the left. Right?
Shefty Rappaporti from ESPN Network. Reports are coming out about a diluted sample in your drug test. What do you have to say about that?
I stay hydrated. I like to stay hydrated. Next question.
Oh, yeah, Kay Adams from NFL Network. Any truth to you joining NFL Network?
There may or may not be. I can't really dive into that, but I heard there's a lot of openings, and I may or may not have been getting some phone calls and some emails and some text. But next question.
Tony the Tiger, how do you start your morning?
Well, it's a great question, Tony the Tiger. I start my mornings. It has to do with my formula, like I got into earlier. I started with oats. And this is the secret. Oats got fiber. You eat those oats. You eat those oats. You eat those oats on the toilet, on the john. In here, out here, game over. Next question.
Oh, yeah, Jim here. Any teams reach out to you about the head coaching job?
I don't know, Jim. Can't really get into that, Jim. But like I said, emails are flowing, the texts are flowing, the calls are flowing, and I may be going. That's all I got to say. Next question.
Liam from Match.com. Are the rumors about you and Kim Kardashian true?
No comment on that, Liam. No comment. But yes. Next question. Right there.
Susan, how many crab cakes can you eat in a minute?
Great question, Susan. Great question. But I got kind of an odd answer. I don't like crab cakes. I don't like them. Never did. But I do like to eat. So I'm factoring in how much I like to eat. And I'm gonna say about 13. 12 to 13. Probably go closer to 13. Next question. Right up in front.
Leon from Jumpman.com. Mm-hmm. What is the best channel in the land?
Best channel in the land is Frogs Angels Sports. Not even close. Others try to come close. We're topping them all. We're coming for the top. Next question.
This is the coach. What are your off-season goals?
Off-season goals. I want to join the 600-pound club. Would love to just really get those squats, get those deads, get that bench up. And, we're going to go from there then.
Sports Guy Paul from Sports Guy Paul Sports. Can I be in next year's Pick'ems?
I'm sorry, Sports Guy Paul. No new friends. Next question.
Hey, what's the trophy made out of?
The trophy, this trophy, is actually made out of solid Ethiopian brass. That is all. Next question.
Yeah, Mark from Powerade here. Do you prefer Powerade or Gatorade?
Well, Mark, that's kind of an interesting question. You work for Powerade?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Gatorade on that one.
What the fuck? Jared from LA here. Danny Provolone has accused you of being a system picker. What do you have to say for yourself?
Wait, our Danny Provolone?
Yes.
Well, you know what? Danny, he's a system quarterback. Next question. I don't like it.
We got time for one more.
All right, last question.
I don't know. I guess me. Pigskin here. Thoughts on Danny's no-show for tonight's Pick'ems?
Well, Danny's no-show is a disappointment to us all here at Frogs Angels Sports. And if I had to guess, I can't really dive into the details, but I have a feeling this is going to the head office, and he may be seeing some disciplinary action for this one. I know it's a big opening wild card weekend, but he's having a grand old time. No pun intended. But, we love him here. But, when guys make that kind of mistake, you got to separate yourself. That's all. That's all we got for you here for this press conference. I'd like to thank you all for the support. right here. One last time. Good look at it. Good look at it. You see that? Good look at it. Right here. It's got my name here. You can't see it. It's definitely there, though. And I'm coming back next year. Coming back next year for the gold, or the brass, I'd like to say. Again, thank you all. From the top down, thank you all for the support. Subscribe, like, share. Do it all. See you guys.